In the crystal clear waters of the Red Sea lies one of Earth's most spectacular underwater paradises. But just above the surface, humanity's most ambitious city is rising from the desert sand. NEOM promises a glimpse into the future, but could it be destroying a natural wonder that took millions of years to create? Today, we dive beneath the waves to uncover the truth about how this $500 billion mega project could forever change one of the world's most pristine coral reef ecosystems. Welcome to the Red Sea, a marine sanctuary that defies imagination. Stretching along Saudi Arabia's western coast, these waters harbor some of the planet's most resilient and diverse coral reefs. What makes the Red Sea extraordinary isn't just its beauty, it's its uniqueness. Here, in waters that can reach temperatures of 32 degrees Celsius, corals have evolved remarkable heat tolerance. While reefs worldwide bleach and die from warming oceans, Red Sea corals have developed natural resistance that scientists call a genetic treasure trove. Over 1,200 species of fish call these reefs home. Endemic species found nowhere else on Earth glide through coral gardens of staghorn, table, and brain corals. Hawksbill turtles navigate through underwater canyons, while schools of barracuda create silver tornadoes in the blue. But this isn't just about beauty. These reefs are economic lifelines. They support fishing communities that have depended on these waters for generations. They attract millions of tourists annually, generating billions in revenue. And they serve as natural barriers, protecting coastlines from storm surges and erosion. This delicate ecosystem, refined over millennia, now faces its greatest challenge yet. Rising from the desert along 170 kilometers of Red Sea coastline comes NEOM, Saudi Arabia's vision of tomorrow today. This isn't just another city, it's a complete reimagining of how humans might live in the future. At the heart of NEOM lies the Line, a mirror-clad linear city stretching 170 kilometers, housing 9 million residents in a structure 500 meters high and just 200 meters wide. Imagine Manhattan turned on its side, extended across the desert and wrapped in mirrors. But the Line is just the beginning. NEOM encompasses Oxagon, a floating industrial city, Trojena, a mountain resort with artificial snow, and Sindalah, a luxury island destination. The entire project promises zero emissions, 100% renewable energy, and integration of artificial intelligence into daily life. The numbers are staggering: $500 billion in investment, an area larger than Belgium, and construction timelines that would transform this desert coastline within the next decade. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman calls it a civilizational revolution that puts humans first. The promise is extraordinary: a sustainable megacity that could house millions while pioneering technologies to combat climate change. But every revolution comes with consequences, and in this case, those consequences lie just offshore, beneath the waves. Construction of this magnitude cannot happen without impact. As excavators reshape the coastline and concrete foundations extend into the sea, the Red Sea's coral reefs face unprecedented threats. The most immediate danger is sedimentation. Construction activities inevitably stir up sand and debris, creating underwater clouds that can suffocate corals. These ancient organisms require crystal clear water and abundant sunlight to survive. Even temporary increases in turbidity can trigger bleaching events that take decades to recover from. Then there's chemical pollution. Construction materials, runoff from building sites, and increased maritime traffic introduce toxins that coral reefs have never encountered. Heavy metals, petroleum products, and industrial chemicals can disrupt the delicate, symbiotic relationship between corals and the algae that keep them alive. NEOM plans to welcome millions of visitors annually. More boats mean more anchors dropped on reef systems, more fuel spills, and more pressure on marine ecosystems already stressed by global climate change. The Red Sea's isolation has been its protection. That isolation is about to end. But perhaps the most insidious threat is thermal pollution. Massive desalination plants and industrial cooling systems discharge heated water back into the sea. Even the Red Sea's heat-tolerant corals have limits, and those limits are about to be tested. Marine biologists warn that we could witness the collapse of reef systems that survived ice ages, sea level changes, and millions of years of natural selection, all within a single human generation. But NEOM's story doesn't have to end in environmental catastrophe. Saudi Arabia has committed to making this project a model of sustainable development, and the solutions being proposed are as ambitious as the city itself. At the forefront is renewable energy. NEOM plans to run entirely on wind and solar power, eliminating the carbon emissions that contribute to ocean acidification and warming. Massive solar farms and wind installations are already under construction, promising to make NEOM carbon neutral from day one. Advanced waste treatment systems promise zero discharge into marine environments. Every drop of wastewater will be treated and recycled, while solid waste will be processed through cutting-edge facilities that convert trash into energy. The goal is a completely circular economy where nothing is wasted. Marine protection zones are being established around the most sensitive reef areas. These no-construction zones will serve as refuges where coral ecosystems can continue to thrive. Advanced monitoring systems will track water quality in real time, triggering immediate responses to any environmental threats. Perhaps most exciting are the restoration initiatives. Scientists are developing coral nurseries where heat-resistant species can be cultivated and transplanted to degraded areas. Artificial reef structures are being designed to provide new habitat while supporting the growth of natural coral communities. Some researchers see opportunity in NEOM's massive resources. The project's $500 billion budget could fund marine conservation efforts on a scale never before attempted, potentially making the Red Sea's reefs more resilient than they were before construction began. So what does the future hold for the Red Sea's coral reefs? The honest answer is that we're conducting the largest environmental experiment in human history, and the results remain uncertain. What we do know is that monitoring will be crucial. Satellite surveillance, underwater sensors, and marine research stations are being established to track every aspect of reef health. This data will inform real-time adjustments to construction practices and environmental protection measures. The stakes extend far beyond Saudi Arabia's borders. If NEOM succeeds in balancing massive development with marine conservation, it could become a template for sustainable coastal development worldwide. Coastal cities from Miami to Mumbai face similar challenges as populations grow and sea levels rise. The Red Sea's heat-resistant corals could also hold keys to reef survival globally. As ocean temperatures continue rising, the genetic adaptations that allow these corals to thrive in extreme heat could be transferred to vulnerable reef systems worldwide. But success is not guaranteed. Independent marine biologists warn that construction timelines may be too aggressive to allow for proper environmental safeguards. The pressure to deliver on ambitious promises could lead to shortcuts that compromise the very ecosystems NEOM claims to protect. The next decade will determine whether humanity can build its future without destroying its past. The Red Sea's coral reefs have survived mass extinctions, ice ages, and millions of years of change. The question now is whether they can survive us. The story of NEOM and the Red Sea coral reefs is still being written, and every one of us has a role to play in how it ends. We can demand transparency from developers and governments. We can support marine research and conservation organizations working to protect these ecosystems. We can make responsible choices as travelers and consumers that reduce pressure on fragile marine environments. Most importantly, we can refuse to accept that progress requires environmental destruction. The technologies exist to build sustainably. What we need is the will to use them. The Red Sea's coral reefs have been here for millions of years. With careful stewardship and innovative thinking, they could be here for millions more. The future they face is the future we choose to give them. The choice is ours. The time is now. The reefs are waiting. If this exploration of NEOM's impact on the Red Sea's coral reefs opened your eyes to the delicate balance between progress and preservation, help us spread awareness by sharing this video with others who care about our planet's future. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more stories where cutting-edge development meets environmental conservation. Your engagement helps us continue investigating the most pressing environmental challenges of our time. And if you found this deep dive informative, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how humanity can build its future without compromising the natural world that sustains us. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep protecting the wonders beneath the waves.